Is the ground beneath Yellowstone National Park alive? Well, yes, it sure seems that way. The park sits atop one of the largest volcanic systems on Earth, and it doesn't just rumble occasionally. The ground beneath Yellowstone's most famous geysers and hot spots literally breathes, rising and falling in cycles that have scientists scratching their heads. Here is what we know about Yellowstone's ever-changing landscape, and whether this means a major eruption is looming. We know that since around 2015, the Yellowstone caldera has predominantly been subsiding, losing about 2-3 centimeters per year. That's a little over 1 inch annually. According to the United States Geological Survey, this rate is normal for the supervolcano. However, in summer, the trend pauses or even temporarily reverses. In July 2023, for instance, satellite data showed uplift of 1.3 inches, perhaps due to spring snowmelt and groundwater changes. While that might sound alarming, it's actually pretty typical. But it gets more complicated. All the while, Yellowstone experiences thousands of small earthquakes each year. We're talking 1,500 to 2,500 quakes that register as less than 3 on the Richter scale. Those are too weak to feel. But thanks to a dense network of seismometers, scientists do detect them. Sometimes these small events are grouped together in earthquake swarms, which are mostly harmless, but can indicate pressure adjustments deep underground. Interestingly, these swarms often happen after periods of uplift, suggesting a link between the two phenomena. It's thought that when the ground rises, stress builds up in the crust. Eventually, it's released through fracturing, causing the ground to drop back down, kind of like pushing down on a spring. So to answer your question, the ground beneath Yellowstone does move. And while some movement is seasonal, other changes, like the recent seismic swarm, suggest something else is going on beneath the park's seemingly tranquil waters and geysers. That brings us to our next question. What does this mean? Are we on the verge of a cataclysmic eruption? The short answer is no, not necessarily. But researchers continue to investigate the system's behavior. A study published in June 2023 offers intriguing insights. Using a technique called a vibrosize, which generates controlled seismic waves, the team located the top of Yellowstone's magma chamber, which they dubbed the Magma cap, about 2 miles below the surface. They found that this cap regularly vents gas and acts as a safety valve, releasing pressure from below and stabilizing the system. This helps keep the magma from abruptly bursting forth in a massive eruption. But how does it affect the ground? The magma cap's gas emissions and pressure regulation may contribute to the uplift and subsidence cycles we observe. When gas is released, the overlying rock is pushed upward. Over time, the weight of the rock compresses the magma, forcing it to cool and contract. As the magma hardens, the gas pressure below increases until it's strong enough to push the rock back down. This cycle of gas release, uplift, compression, and subsidence could explain the Yellowstone's breathing ground. Now, the good news is that despite this dynamic activity, there are no current signs of an imminent eruption. Scientists believe that if Yellowstone were to erupt again, it would follow a similar sequence of events as in the past. Fortunately, we have historical records and modern monitoring capabilities to guide us in predicting and preparing for such an event. In fact, according to the United States Geological Survey, the volcanic alert level for Yellowstone is currently normal, indicating no signs of unusual activity or unrest. But if Yellowstone were to start rumbling toward a major eruptive phase, here's what might happen first. First, there would be an increase in seismic activity. Not just regular background quakes, but thousands of small to moderate quakes in a short period, like days or weeks. These would be felt across the region, shaking towns like West Yellowstone and Cody. Next, there would be rapid ground deformation. The ground would rise at a much faster rate than now, maybe tens of centimeters to meters per year. Roads would buckle, new cracks would form, and geyser basins would change visibly. Finally, there would be more hydrothermal explosions. Think of Old Faithful, but much more frequent and intense. Underground water flashing the steam would cause more mud and steam eruptions. Roads could get blocked by boiling mud and debris, making travel impossible. So to sum it up, no, the ground beneath Yellowstone isn't alive in the sense that it won't suddenly burst into a massive eruption without giving us a heads up first. Instead, it's alive in the geological sense, breathing and shifting as part of a highly active hydrothermal and volcanic system. Thanks to ongoing monitoring, we're able to track these changes and better understand the inner workings of this incredible supervolcano. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to check out our other content where we explore the mysteries of our planet and beyond. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Until next time, keep looking up.